This is a series on the Corpus Hermeticum, and I wanted to lay down some sort of background information on my series. And I mean, I guess I could start with what the Corpus Hermeticum is. I mean, I think if anybody's watching this, they probably know what it is, but I don't know. You might not. Whatever. So, Corpus Hermeticum is in a nutshell, and I'm not a scholar. Look, but my understanding is it's a collection of works that are the extant works concerning Hermeticism they were written in the I forgot what it's called, late antiquity, early antiquity. I guess it's late antiquity, whatever. Or classical, anyway, around like 100 AD-ish, give or take a couple hundred years, in the area of Alexandria, which was kind of a mixing pot of ideas. And so you had early Christians, you had Jews, you had Hellenistic philosophers, you had Egyptian scholars and philosophers and priests, and you had mystery cults of every kind of description, and they were all, you had the Library of Alexandria, and you had so there was it was a place of real, it was very cosmopolitan, and it was a real place of learning and developing ideas and sharing ideas and things like that. So these were all written, and they weren't, as I understand it, it's not like it was basically discovered in the Renaissance. These books were like rediscovered and gathered and translated and all that, and it was kind of assembled during the Renaissance. So, but it was assembled, as I understand it, was assembled kind of piecemeal, and they were gathered together, and it wasn't, so it's not like there was, a shelf of encyclopedia kind of books that were like, okay, this is book 1, book 2, book 3, it wasn't like, and so as I appreciated the order of the books, they're not necessarily in any particular order, and the collection is certainly not complete. So it's not like you can start at the beginning and read through it, and now you have a complete orderly explanation of what Hermeticism is. Okay. Although interestingly, I think the first book does read like a first book. I guess I'll get into that more when I talk about the first book. Okay. More. So, all right. So, let's see. So, wait for this garbage truck to go by, and maybe I'll edit this part out. All right. So, but I want to talk a little bit about what the series is, what the point is basically, it's me deeply studying the Corpus Hermeticum. Okay, so my plan is to read each book, but really dig deep in each book, take each book and really digest every word of each book, and really meditate on the meaning and wrestle with the concepts, and share with you the results of that work that I do on each book, my personal work, trying to understand and try to figure it out. So, in short, like I said, I'm not a scholar. So this is a layperson's attempt. I have a background which I think makes my opinion somewhat it's somewhat an educated opinion. You know, I mean, I have a lot of background in the study of Buddhism and philosophy. I have a degree. My undergraduate degree is in in social thought, basically. You know, so there's a lot of philosophy in that. And I'm an attorney, so I have 3 years of law school plus legal, lots of 20 years of legal thinking and that kind of thing. So I'm not coming from it completely unequipped, okay, if you will. So I think my opinion holds some, but I don't want you to, I'm not saying that this is a definitive guide on everything Corpus Hermeticum, because it won't be, and I could be dead wrong about stuff, and certainly unsure about things, and I expect I'll express that in my reviews. So so this may be a long series that goes for a long time, because I mean I'm going to give each book of the Hermeticum probably a couple of weeks at least. So we're talking, third, fourth, so probably 6 months of videos doing this. I'd do other things too, but this is going to be like an ongoing project. So so buckle up. Should be interesting, I hope.